Hi. I've realised I've never actually uploaded a video message in any way over the last 15 years having a YouTube channel. YouTube for me represents not only my favourite app, but something called self-care, and that's something I'd like to talk to you about today. Self-care. It wasn't until I was 39 on a level 4 counselling diploma qualification, and I came up against a research project called self-care. That's what I did my research project on. In the research project, we interviewed hundreds of therapists throughout the globe, and we asked them, is self-care important to the practicing therapist? And if so, why? We went into a lot of answers that gave us very specific ideas about why self-care was important to therapists. And the number one theme that came out of it was that self-care, the more you do, the less stressed out you were. Now, this might seem obvious to a lot of people, but for someone that didn't know what self-care was, it was quite alarming but interesting to me. And I'd like to just share with you a few of the things that I've been doing during this lockdown, strange year that we've all been subjected to. And the truth of it is we don't know how long it will continue to last for. So I'd like to talk to you about my self-care regime. Now, recently I've found an excellent book. It's a Paulo Coelho book, and this is the book that I've moved on to since finishing The Alchemist, which is probably his most well-known and bestseller. Paulo Coelho has loads and loads of international bestsellers, but for me, the reason why I love Paulo Coelho, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, is because you can just melt away completely within his stories. They're mostly stories of adventure, although some of them are really quite poignant philosophical explorations and what it means to kind of explore truth and philosophy and spirituality. The thing I liked about The Alchemist the most was that it really immerses you completely in that world. Without giving too much away, there's a boy that goes on an adventure and he follows his heart, and that's what the story's about. It's about following your heart. And you know, the very sights and sounds of things on his journey, the feel of the dust in the wind on his face, and just the very feel of things. I found that to be hugely calming, and what I take from that is a great sense of peace in these troubling times. So I've really been transported in time to a different place, and I combine that. I combine the reading with putting on a diffuser, some oils, maybe from that region of the world. So in the story, he visits Northern Africa. So I found some chamomile Maroc from Morocco, and that's gone on, and that's been fantastic. And also I've got amazing playlists that I'll use if I'm reading, just to kind of switch off and shut myself away. That's been incredibly empowering, I feel. Other things that are popular with my clients as well as my therapist peers are things like taking breaks, having walks, having a bath with candles, saying a polite but firm no, so boundaries. That's important for self-care. There are other things too that are self-care, and it's your hobbies. It's whatever you're interested in. And if it's model building or jigsaw puzzles or crosswords or knitting, whatever it is, I've always felt that a hobby chooses you. You don't choose it. So whatever it is, find out what it is. There's bags of fun to be enjoyed appropriately selfishly by indulging in self-care. And it's amazing to see the results from the research project that was submitted, that myself and my colleague Susan conducted, and the correlation was incredible. The people that did self-care more were less stressed out, and we quantified that. We could actually see the results of that. You know, please rate yourself out of 10 how stressed out you are. You know, 1 being very low, I'm not very stressed out at all, or 10, I'm 10 out of 10, I'm stressed out and I need to take a break. You see, because if you don't self-care, if you don't look after self, there's a chance you'll burn out. And that links in with something I learned working at Heathrow, something called the Energy Project, which is a massive thing. And I think about my energy all the time. The Energy Project assumes we're in one of 4 types of different types of energy at any one time. Now, ideally, we'd like to be our best me at all times, but that's not always possible. When you're at your best you're at the top of your A game, you've got high energy and you're feeling good, and you are performing as well as possible. The next stage is you're in the recharge zone. You can't be at your best me all the time, so if you're not there, you're going to want to be down in recharge, doing self-care, taking it easy, resting, that kind of thing, so that you can kind of build your energy up again to be in your best self. If you haven't self-cared and you're not in the recharge zone, taking it easy, you're going to end up in survival mode really quickly. And we all know what survival mode's like. You're snappy, you're edgy, you're not yourself, people are kind of irritating you, you're on edge kind of thing. You really want to be in your recharge zone as quick as possible. Unfortunately, there's only one way down if you don't go to recharge. From survival mode, you're going to end up exhausted, and that's burnout, and some of us know exactly what burnout's like. It's not very nice at all, and that's when you're really in trouble, and that's when your well-being really suffers. I find the Energy Project really useful for me to monitor where I am at any given moment, because we can't be at our best me all the time. And if I'm not, then I want to be recharging. So there's a roadmap there. It might feel selfish to do self-care, to take a time out, to enforce boundaries, to indulge in your hobbies, but why not? Why not? Be curious about yourself and be curious about the things that you like. As long as you're not hurting anyone, not breaking any laws, and you're not, doing anything dodgy, then why not? Enjoy yourself, whatever that hobby is, and stay safe this holiday season. Those vaccines are around the corner. I don't know what your take is on them, but it feels like a good move. Freedom from anxiety. And my final thought I will just leave with you is, if you've got a thought that's going around your head that's driving you nuts, reach out to someone, talk to them about it. The Samaritans are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They're impartial, they're confidential, and they are non-biased. If you can't reach out to someone, write it down. I journal every day. It was part of my counselling training back in the day. I hated the idea of it originally, but it's a great thing to do. Once you put it down on paper, it's out there. It's gone. It's not buzzing around inside your head, driving you insane anymore. Put it down on paper and it's gone. If you don't want to write, record a voice note. Send it to someone, send it to no one. Send it to yourself, delete it. But verbalize it. Your voice is important. Express yourself. Your story is important. Me and my best friend, we send each other voice notes once a day, every day. We do it. We've been doing it since lockdown, actually, and it's great. We call it friend therapy. We don't even think about what we're saying. We just press our thumb down on the record button and we send it on WhatsApp. It's brilliant. It's therapy. It's talking therapy. And we don't even have to think about what we say. We just say it, and it's brilliant. And it's not just the expressing that feels good, because my voice is important, your voice is important. It's the empathic response that comes from it. So if you have a friend that's up for doing it, it doesn't have to be long, maybe 5-10 minutes, then you've got someone that can empathically respond to that. Oh my God, I know exactly what you're talking about. I would feel that way too. That is all anyone on this planet wants to be got. Life's a series of connections. Empathy drives connection. All anyone wants, by any relationship, by any connection to anyone, is that somebody else gets them Someone else knows what you're going through. That's where the strength comes from. That's where the strength in healing comes from. It's because somebody else gets you. That's an empathic response. Oh my God, Rob, I know exactly what you're talking about. That sounds hard. Or that's happened to me, without going into too much detail, because some people can kind of hog the airwaves. Oh, that happened to me in 1992. What's it like for that person to be them? Without judgment, don't try and fix it. Thanks for listening. It's good to chat about this stuff. I look forward to maybe doing more videos like this. Let me know if you want me to do more videos like this, and I will. It's not a problem. Just my thoughts, and wishing you all a very Merry Christmas and a very safe and prosperous and healthy New Year 2021. It's got to be better than this year. I believe it will. Thanks. Take care.